Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Austin, and today we are on episode 110 of Pyramid City. I knew as I mentioned in my earlier video, as I mentioned in my futuristic mansion video, I needed a day to recover, which is why I had a lazy day today. Because sometimes you just gotta recover from your intense workout regimen. Sometimes you just gotta recover. Because I'd like to grow bigger and stronger. I'll go back to working out tomorrow. Spitmorgen. I'll be back to working out tomorrow. Because I needed a day to recover. Because, recovery is crucial if you want to get a good workout. Because recovery is kind of crucial if you want to build muscle. And it's not just about your recovery intervals that affect muscle growth, it's also about what you're eating too, and how intense your workout is. Higher intensity workouts guarantee more muscle mass and strength. Even though I'm back to my pre-anorexic weight, I might be a little skinny fat, but not as fat as I used to be when I started my training regimen. Especially around the hips, I might be fat, but I do have somewhat visible abs, which makes me happy. Because it's not just about how much you're eating that affects your muscle mass. It's also about what you're eating. Want to know what can increase your risk of obesity? Reduction in your VO2. Blood begins to clot when there's an infection to prevent you from bleeding to death. Thankfully, our bodies are able to produce enough cholesterol to create that environment. So we don't need to source extra cholesterol in our diet. Unless your body is not producing enough of it as it is. Your body fat is actually good for your bone health. Because if you don't have any subcutaneous fat, how will your body be able to absorb vitamin D if you don't have any subcutaneous fat? You can't absorb it very well if you don't have a lot of subcutaneous fat at all. This is why when I start cutting down for competition in bodybuilding, I'm going to need a lot of medical supervision for this. I'm going to need a lot of medical supervision for this. And vegetarianism is also on the rise amongst the Jewish and Muslim community, too. Because as they start learning the truth about what's really, where their meat's really coming from, they're more likely to stop eating meat altogether. Like, basically some of them actually end up going vegan. Because if the meat's... even if the meat's marketed as halal, it's really not halal at all. The only way for it to be considered halal is if animals were not fed an unnatural diet. If they were not drugged with antibiotics to promote growth and prevent infections from the squalid living conditions. Which means the foods that are truly vegan foods are almost always halal. You know, vegan foods are always halal and kosher. This is because there's no contamination whatsoever, like with feces. Going vegetarian and straight up going vegan makes it a lot easier to eat clean foods, clean and fresh foods. Most of the junk foods we love to indulge on, like those Twinkies, are not even considered clean foods because, guess what? Animals had to live in squalid conditions just to make some of the ingredients, which is kind of disgusting. Even hens had to live in horrible conditions. When it goes to cat food, I'd rather go towards a welfarist approach because cats must eat meat in order to survive. Put them on a vegan diet and they're gonna die. If you want to feed your cat humane without the intensive animal farm suffering, go to the farmer's market. You should be fine. Nothing halal ever comes from a factory farm. Because if it comes from a factory farm, where animals live in really bad conditions, it's not even considered kosher or halal. My get that getting cat food might kill a lot of animals, but cats are obligate carnivores. They must eat meat in order to survive. Plus, feral cats are kind of crucial to our ecosystem. Without feral cats, we're fucked. Yet we should also hire street veterinarians, like, that are licensed to be veterinarians. So they could operate on a lot of feral cats. So they could live healthy lives. Now, if a cat's bringing home if you let your cat out and they bring you a gory gift, that means they're trying to teach you how to hunt. Some people deliberately let their cat outside so they could learn how to hunt properly. One of my great aunts has a cat. And my great aunt actually rewards the cat for the gory gift. True story. It's not just my great aunt that experienced their cat bringing them a gory gift. Even my German teacher had a similar experience. That means a cat's trying to teach you how to hunt. That means a cat's trying to teach you how to hunt. Initially, we used cats for pest control, ironically enough. Despite animal rights activists. Ironically, though, we used cats for pest control. They are a lot more effective than rat poison. Cats are actually more effective at pest control than rat poison. Which is why, if I was to live on a farm, growing crops for a living, I'd rather use a cat. because where there's crops growing, rats would start taking over, which means that they'd eat up our food that we need in order to survive. Cats are actually a pretty good idea. And cats are not omnivores, unlike dogs and humans. They are obligate carnivores. Cats are known to kill and eat their prey. Sometimes they don't even eat their prey at all. They bring it home to their owners as a gift for them. Cats are known to do that. And Sparrow is one of the people that admits to wanting to kill and eat people when he was locked up in a mental hospital. He's the only man to ever fail a Rorschach test. He doesn't even believe in the concept of gravity. That's how crazy his flat Earth theory is. He doesn't even believe in the concept of gravity. doesn't even believe in the concept of gravity. Some people who go vegan end up going back to eating meat again. But some people, like, who end up going back to eating meat again, don't even cook their meat. Sometimes they just eat it raw. Like Sverich. He used to be vegan. But he claims that it was not providing him cholesterol. He's a pretty delusional man. Whenever I start getting... If I ever get my disability checks, I'm probably going to use it so I can not only sustain myself, but to also go into a debate. So I can go into some debates with Sverich, the squirrel muncher. He was born in Latvia, but lives in Germany. He visits a lot of places around the world to terrorize vegans. Whether it be by eating a bloody hunk of raw meat, eating a goat's head, or even munching down a squirrel. Even munching down a dead squirrel. If I was at a meat festival, like a poultry festival, or a crayfish festival, I'd only go there to protest. I'd only go there to protest. I know I might risk getting banned for doing as a result. I might call in some people to help organize a protest with me. Even I'm vegan, Sverich, I'm not weak and malnourished, Sverich. Unlike you, who once wanted to kill and eat people, who at one point or another wanted to kill and eat people. Sometimes you just let meat sit out in a jar, wait a few months, and eat it when it's all rotten and nasty looking. Frank Tufano does the same thing, but sometimes he cooks his meat. Unlike you, Sverich. For Cartoon Network's 30th anniversary, I'm gonna set up a mural in Minecraft. Like of every Cartoon Network character. Even the ones that many of us know little about. Hint. The very first Cartoon Network character to be produced will be part of the mural too. I can't give out the name or else I'll spoil it. The mural will be posted around October 2022. I will post it to Instagram around the year 2022. Around the year 2022. I'm probably going to be insanely jacked by then. On the days in which I compete in bodybuilding, I'm probably going to end up having my days off from my gaming videos, so I can compete. Because I do have somewhat of an impressive physique. My physique is kind of impressive, this is just my opinion. Like, I'm probably gonna be really huge. Like, if I keep working out almost every single day like normal, the reason I'd rather stick to PC instead of console is because it's more economical. PC gamers have it a lot more easy. Have it a lot easier. I know some of you might go against. Some of my fans might be anti-vegan, but that's okay. You're okay to have your own opinion. Yet, my advice to you, if you still want to eat meat, try to go for animals that were humanely raised. But you realize that the slaughtering is still methods are still pretty cruel, give up meat altogether and go vegetarian. Why avoid dairy products? It's unnatural for animals to consume the milk of an animal of a different species. It's unnatural. You don't see it in nature. So it's time we should stop doing that. Anyways, this should wrap up the video. This is Gaming with Alston signing off. But before I go, don't forget to leave a like if you like this video. Dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more. Share this with your friends on social media, like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for more content like this. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and tschüss.